Hi, Roger the Sleep Doctor here. I'm really excited about this topic because it's critical for salespeople to have a great greeting, to be consistent in their greeting. But there's a problem. Um, if you're in a furniture store, almost every customer that walks in, when you greet them, says, "Just looking," especially in the the bigger furniture stores where you have more salespeople. Why do they say "just looking"? I mean, when you compare it to a mattress specialty store, customers walk in, you walk up to them, "Hi, how can I help you today?" Or "Hi, what are you looking for?" Or whatever your greeting is. The bottom line is the customer is a lot more receptive in a mattress store than they are a furniture store. And why is that? Well, in a past life, I worked at a very busy furniture store, and we had 40, 50 salespeople on the floor, and you had an up list, and you'd put your name on the list. The earliest guy was at the top, and then after you waited on your customer, and whether you sold them or not, you went back on the bottom of the list. But almost with every customer that I greeted, they said, "Just looking." And some of them were really rude. They would put their hand up as to say, "Stop, I don't need you, I don't want your help." And that could be very demoralizing for some people. I mean, salespeople are nice people. Uh, they nicely dressed, and they probably live in a nice house, and drive a nice car and have a good relationship, and they feel good about themselves. But here these customers are walking in with, "I'm just looking." How do you deal with that? Compare the salesperson in a mattress specialty store. The customer walks in, "Hey folks, how are you today?" "Oh, I'm doing just fine." And they're like totally receptive to all of these the qualifying questions. I mean, you need to find out what the customer is looking for. And so what is the difference between a furniture store and a mattress specialty store? And I'm here to tell you primarily it's the environment. They walk into a furniture store and they see this sea of merchandise, and maybe there's 20,000, 50,000 square feet, 100,000 square feet. And the customer looks up, and just as they're trying to take it in, boom, there's a salesperson right there. "Hey folks, how can I help you?" And immediately, wow, we don't need your help. It's like, get out of my way. I'll call you if I need you. That type of thing. You know what I'm talking about. So what I'm saying, it's the environment, because people cannot walk into a big store like a furniture store, get comfortable, and then all of a sudden, be willing to talk to someone. In a mattress specialty store, they can take it in with a breath. It's a smaller environment, it's 4,000 square feet or whatever. They get to take a breath, their eyes scan the environment, and boom, there's a salesperson. They're like totally comfortable with it. Total advantage to the salesperson in a mattress specialty store. So in a furniture store, what ensues then is a game of cat and mouse. "Okay, folks, if you have any questions, just let me know." And off they go. And you have to stick with your customer, right? I mean, you have to, you don't want any other salesperson to get with them, so you have to stick with them. And so you find yourself hiding behind lamps and behind door walls or bedroom sets or the trees as you continue to watch your customer as they, go through the sea of sofas or bedroom sets or whatever without trying to be seen. I mean, it's truly a game of cat and mouse, but it's important that you understand that. And the whole while you're doing this cat and mouse game, you have it in the back of your mind. If I can't get into that customer, if I can't find out what their needs are, I have no chance of making a sale. And you know what? I have bills. I have a house payment and a car payment and kids to feed and put clothes on, and there's a little bit of pressure there. So now what I want to talk about is the difference between the pros that know this system and they work this system, and the salespeople that eventually call it quits. I've seen people go to the door, be rejected by the customer. They just say they're just looking, and they walk away, and walk into the store, and the salesperson, all disgusted, finds their way into the lunchroom to have a cup of coffee to recover, maybe, or they go outside, they smoke a cigarette, and they come back in, and then they check on their customer, and sometimes they're gone for a while, and then the customer has questions, and there's another salesperson around, and lo and behold, their customer is getting written up, being sold by another salesperson. These salespeople have good and bad days, just like everybody else. There are days where they're more tolerant of the rejection, and so they stick with their customers, and eventually they make a sale. There are other days where they don't have any tolerance for it, and maybe they had issues at home, and they'll walk away just feeling totally rejected, and with no patience for that particular day, and then they end up having a bad day. The difference is the pros are more consistent. They know even if they have a good or a bad day, they need to stay consistent with their greeting, right? They need to have a big smile and give the opportunity for the customer to maybe ask them some questions. Maybe customers are more receptive at first, but most of them don't want your help, but they understand that, so they stick with the customer and they play the cat and mouse game, knowing that eventually they're going to wear that customer down. They're going to get with them, and they're going to share this vast amount of knowledge to help to meet the customer's need. They know that the customer comes into a furniture store with a need. I mean, look at how busy the society is today. People don't come in here for no reason. And so they stick with them, they get in with them, they're able to give them their great knowledge and write up a sale, and everyone has pretty much the same opportunity to sell the same quality of customer. There are some customers coming in looking for a lamp, and there's many customers coming in looking for a whole house full. Over time, with this affair up system anyway, everyone gets the same opportunities. But why does the pro will say, why are they more successful and other people are not? It's especially in a large furniture store, there are a few at the top that really excel, and maybe they've been good for a long time. And you have the meat of the sales staff. The middle 80% of them are just solid meat and potatoes. They're there every day. They do a good job. They get frustrated, but they're not 100% with every customer, maybe from greeting to end, but they're there every day, and those are really the meat and potatoes of the staff. And then you have the bottom part, the newbies that are just churning and testing it out and see if they're going to be able to be successful at selling furniture, and maybe they had a lot of jobs before or whatever. And that's really the mix of salespeople. But my goal here is to help you to understand what's going on at the door, what's going on with the greeting and the entry to qualifying, and to help you to be more consistent, to understand what it takes long term to be successful. Nobody wants to start a job and then fall off and then go out and start another job. So my goal is to give you the information that it takes to help you to be more successful. And it starts in selling with the greeting. Do you know that the customer decides within the first 5 to 8 seconds whether or not they like you? Really? That's how important the greeting is. So when you go to the door to greet the customer, always have a smile on your face, have a positive mental attitude, and be ready for that customer to give you some information. Most of them won't. Most of them want to look around, but you want to be so good at your greeting and with your smile and your exuberance that when they walk away after they've rejected you, after they walk away, they think, wow, yeah, that's a pretty nice person. I think when I do have a question, that'd be a pretty good person to talk to. And give yourself the best opportunity to make a sale. I don't care if your greeting is fake, contrived, made up. If you don't feel good that day, that doesn't matter. Consistency is the key. But I got news for you. If you look like her ex-husband or his ex-wife, you ain't got a chance. Roger the Sleep Doctor here. Until next time, feel free to like this video or hit the subscribe button, and that way you get the alerts each time a new video pops up. We'll see you then.